So if you're the NFL and the NFLPA, you just watch the NHL and the NHLPA operate behind closed doors, somehow in a league that messes a lot of things up the NHL in the past, gets it right. Very quiet. You don't hear a lot of public disagreement. You don't have the entire public perception being like, well, we hate both of them, like what happened in the MLB. The MLB, everything was happening publicly. Now, granted, baseball is back, and I guess it can be forgotten about, but it was a very nasty negotiation there to get back into baseball and to figure it all out. It feels like, and you and I talked about this literally yesterday, and your first thought about it all was my exact tweet, which was, I hope this is all happening behind closed doors. It's not going to happen behind closed doors. There's already owners leaking information to network people who are putting things out. Then there's players coming out. We potentially have a very contentious next couple weeks here in the NFL. I just need to remember, and I think everybody needs to remember, there will be a season. They will figure it out, but it is going to get gloom and doom and ugly, I think, for the next couple weeks. And when those things happen, I would like somebody to remind me there will be a season that'll happen.
Hey, man, we're all hopeful. But I think the problem in this situation is just that, you have NFL owners, you have NFL head coaches, and you have NFL players. They're used to being heard and listened to. And this virus, quite honestly, just doesn't care how much money they have in the bank account. They don't care how many followers you have on social media. That doesn't matter. So, Pat, when we were calling football games on Thursday night with Adam Amin, which is a blast. There was something that Adam Amin said to us. It was kind of a coaching point because we didn't know what we were doing. We were novices. We were just in there just looking good but behind the camera. But we didn't know what we were saying. When we would go to a team that was a no-huddle team, like a hurry up offense, Adam Amin would say to us, hey, listen, usually we get to dictate the tempo of the game, but not tonight. This is a no-huddle college football hurry-up team. They dictate the tempo, and we have to play to their rules tonight. And I think it's the same kind of thing with this, with the pandemic and with the NFL. We can all, collectively bargain at the union, the NFLPA, the NFL. We could talk about revenue share and putting money in escrow and paying for it. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. We don't dictate the tempo of this. So really what we need is we basically need the pandemic to slow down. We need to come up with safe workplace protocols. And then what the two sides can do is put player health and safety first. And basically what that means is listen, whether it's testing or tracing or, treatment, whatever it is, if a guy gets hurt, what happens to him then? Is he going to go on some sort of injured reserve? How are we going to protect the players, their health and safety, their families? You know it, Pat. A lot of the guys are young. A lot of people are having babies for the first time. A lot of people have, just like the rest of the community, no different. You're bringing your work home in a sense when it's health and safety in this situation. So I don't know. We'll see. We're all hopeful, man. I know that.
I am so hopeful. I did a couple right question marks at the end because not only obviously COVID. Now, granted, if the NFL can't figure it out, and I don't know if they'll be able to do, the NHL is doing 2 hub cities. Mm-hmm. The NBA is doing a hub city. The NFL can't do that, but MLB's figured it out, right? So if the MLB has somehow figured it out, hopefully the NFL will be able to also figure it out. So when it comes to that COVID-19, I don't know if the MLB is going to be successful, by the way.
Well, listen to this. Let's talk, instead of comparing baseball and MLS and, basketball to football, let's compare NFL to NCAA, because that to me is the most fascinating. That's kind of on similar timelines.
There's no chance college football. I don't think it starts on time. I don't think it starts on time, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. These freshmen have shown up, okay, sometime in July here. Most of these freshmen have been on campus for maybe 2 weeks, and they're quarantined. They're on empty college campuses. They're in an 8-person suite by themselves, and these coaches, these kids are like little guinea pigs. Hey, you're going to be locked in your dorm. We'll bring you food. You don't get to go outside. If we'll tell you what, we'll give you 90 minutes of fresh air. You get to go for a walk on campus. You can't leave.
Oh, you get to go to the yard. Family. Nice. Oh, it's very nice of them to let them out in the yard. Yeah, that's terrible.
So listen, I think there are so many people that really want college football to happen. So I think we're going to look at basically the success that college football is having paralleled with what the NFL is doing. And, one of them's got to be successful. I don't know if both of them will be successful, but one of them's got to work.
Well, I'm excited for them to tell, Aaron Rodgers and boys that they got to go sack up in a 8-person suite and we'll bring you food. I don't know how that's going to go, Matt. I don't know.
Right. And that's kind of my point is that, you can't do that with the NFL guys, nor do you have to. Now, NFL rosters are a lot smaller, so I don't know the answer. I don't know if it's more likely that there's NFL or if it's more likely that there's NCAA. The NFL has a union working on their behalf that's going to basically fight for the best workplace conditions. So that's important, okay? But then on the flip side, you can literally isolate and quarantine these college kids, and you've got 100-something kids on the roster. You might have 5 or 6 quarterbacks on your roster. So if 4 guys get sick or hurt, like, you've got other guys to go to. Most NFL teams have 2, maybe 3 quarterbacks to go to. This is the thing. Even though football is football, it's really not. These are 2 very, very unique situations. They both could succeed, they both could fail, or one could succeed and one could fail.
Well, I'll tell you what, looking you right in the face right now, like I've always said, Matt Hasselbeck's going to succeed.